Hello, Belgiumates. If you can hear the people in the hallway, I'm sorry. I can't control other people. Sorry. Anyway, so I just turned in my first essay for class, and besides being completely stressed out over the format and the referencing style, I actually rather enjoyed it. And I turned it in really early this morning because last night I decided I was just gonna turn it in. Wouldn't go to sleep until I turned it in. And so it was called Literary Influence. I didn't just make these for this video. I actually have my assignments all up on my billboard and I have them stuck to the billboard. So I just wanted to use these in this video to show you what I did. So it is called the Literary Influence. And according to the card here, we are supposed to identify one writer whose work has in I don't think I wrote that correctly. I put influenced or something like that. Sorry, my face is really white. It's the best I can do right now. Um, okay, it's supposed to be influenced the development of your creative practices. Discuss one or more pieces of their work and or process explaining what you've learned from your own work. Okay, so I'm going to talk about the assignment, what I wrote for the assignment, and then one that I did. I'm just going to share with you of a recent author that has inspired me. Um, First off, um, all the links for this first one is down below because it is part of the free use because it is such an old piece. It was published in 1892. It's a classic piece that I read in sophomore year of high school. And we have switched over to the light being turned off because my face isn't so white. Anyway, so the first author, a lot of this, everything that you can read the story for yourself. It's free to read. You can even listen to an audiobook. I'm putting that down below because it's part of the free use. Even I actually am putting up a YouTube video of a person's view on the yellow wallpaper that I found really helpful and actually does a really good analysis of it. So the story I'm talking about is The Yellow Wallpaper by Charlotte Perkins Gilman. And like I said, I read it in sophomore year of high school. And it's a piece that I really always enjoyed. It has a little bit of a creepy factor to it. People have compared it to Edgar Allan Poe sort of stuff, but like a woman wrote it. To the chill and suspense of Edgar Allan Poe, but she has her own writing style, of course, and it's about the mentalness of people. I like insanity a little bit. It's really cool to read about and to write about. Um, it's really a sad subject as well because people have gone so far into like losing their own mentality that they can't control the way that they act anymore because they've just gone so crazy or their brain just isn't working as well as it should. But this story is about a wife who becomes obsessed with this yellow wallpaper in her room. And I love the story because um, for me it really showed what I wrote in the paper is like the development of characters, how well you can develop a character in a short amount of time. Because from the version I read, it's 27 pages long, which is really short. You could read that in a half hour. As a slow reader, I think you could read that in a half hour. Depends who you are, really. I really can't say that, can I? Um, but it's a short story, and it's just a fantastic story to read, and it's also goes with showing depth of character and development really early on. It shows how you can have a really good readability and voice in a story. Um, for Charlotte Perkins Gilman, it was probably really easy for her because actually this is something that's based on a personal experience that she had. Which, if you watch the YouTube video that I'll put down below, that talks about what that experience she had, and And so it also shows that voice that is really, really good for us as writers to have in story. And actually, it was stated in something that I was reading about how voice also kind of intertwines with what the author speaks as well. So that's really interesting. But it's something that is just, to me, it's such a personal story because it was one of those that really taught me a lot about writing, and it also helped me develop into my love of exploring the mind of a woman, especially with like insecurities, depression, and having to overcome these things. A lot of the stories that I've read after that about the human mind, like Sylvia Plath, The Bell Jar, sad story, but excellent story. It was so well written. Um, has really captured my mind. And there's actually a movie script that I'm working on for my dissertation, um, to which I talk about that sort of stuff. But anyway, so The Yellow Wallpaper, it's an excellent story to read. It really touches on um, how to develop a character and how to make things real. It is a feminist, considered one of a feminist piece. I have never viewed it as that, but it is something that is considered. So that's something to think about if you want to read it or not. But I find it more as a chilling story about a woman and her drive to madness. Um, that's just me. And then the other one is something I've talked about this author before, I believe. I think I uploaded that video where it is Jonathan Stroud. Now he has been a great inspiration to me, and I was originally going to write the story about him, or not the story, the essay about him. But then I was given advice that I should probably do someone that is has a better standing in the literary community because of who the people are who are going to be um, grading my work. So, but I really like Jonathan Stroud's work, and I've read the Bartimaeus trilogy, which I have loved. And if you have not read that or listened to it, go do it now. Simon Jones, he's amazing, amazing job at the listening library of it. And even if you just read it, it's a blast to read. It's hilarious. It's got some good points. It doesn't feel slow. It's always moving, even though it's a thick book. It's always moving. It has humor in it. The character development is perfect, and the ending will be my favorite all-time ending of all time. There will be no ending of any story that will compare to it. And some people think I might be over exaggerating this, but I don't want to say why, because it could spoil. Okay, what I'm about to say could. No, I don't want to say it. So it's just the best ending ever. Because to me, as an author, you have to be true to the story and to your characters and how the everything works in your story. You set up a thing, a place, a world, whether it's in the real world or in a fictitious world, how things work, and you have to stay close to that. And the ending of this holds true to that and to other things. That's all I'm gonna say. It's the best ending ever. Book three. Don't be like me, which I'm glad I didn't read this book in print. I'm glad I listened to it because usually what I do is read the first line and then the last line. I'm really glad I didn't do that with this book. I know it's just some weird thing that I do with practically everything I read. I read the last line of the book, which is I've learned many times that it's kind of a foolish thing to do, but I like to do it. It kind of leaves me thinking, oh, what will be the drive to the end? But then it ruins a lot of things. So don't be me. Um, so there's that trilogy, but Jonathan Stroud has also written other books. He's written some standalone books which I have not read, but I really want to. I've tried to do the listening libraries of his books. One in particular is the Heroes in the Valley, Heroes of the Valley. But I don't think it was the book itself that was the problem. I think it was the way that the person read it, because when I thought of, because he has little points in the start of each chapter that talk about something in the past or some sort of lore that goes with the world. and then the way that the person was reading it kind of just disjointed me to and I kind of got a little like I was a little confused at some points. So I think reading it, I would be able to understand a lot better. So I want to read Heroes of the Valley, The Last Siege, things like that. And then one other series, which I wasn't able to read the third one before I left because I was leaving for England and getting ready and packing it because it came like a week before I left and I had a week to read it. And then I was like, I'm just not going to have any time. So I returned it to the library. I feel like buying it, but it's like, I had to pack it home I had to pack it whenever I go anywhere from here. So and that is Lockwood and Company, which is his newest series. So far he has 3 books out. He doesn't know how many books he's going to do. I hope he does a ton of books. 7 sounds like a good number to me. 10, 12, I don't know, but they're all good, thick books, and they are a little bit on the scarier side. Now, they're kind of a scary book that I can handle because I'm kind of a wimp. If you haven't seen me try to beat the 5th night of Five Nights at Freddy's, on the first 4 nights, I did it with a friend, and I was scared, but it was kind of a fun sort of thing because I was scared with a friend, and we did it in not so dark of a room and stuff. But it was but by myself. I'm a wimp when it comes to scary things. I tried playing Vanish by myself. I died because I took so long to get anywhere because I was scared to move quickly, which was horrible. But yeah, so Lockwood and Company is a kind of scariness or chillingness that I can handle by myself. It's very they're true to true ghost stories, which I've always liked to watch. Like there's a show on the Discovery Channel, I think it was, called The Haunting, which I've really, really liked. It talked about actually people's experiences with their own haunted houses or haunted people even, which I really enjoy reading and learning about that sort of stuff because I feel it's a little bit more realistic and a lot of fun. So, but Lockwood and Company is great. I really want to know how the third one how the third one ends, because it's just so fascinating. So that's another author that has really truly inspired me, and also his writing structure is on point. There's nothing wasted. That's another thing with the yellow wallpaper. Everything that Charlotte Gilman puts down is not wasted. I don't like it when authors put things that are wasteful, and that's what I try to do with my writing. I try not to be wasteful. I like to be on point. I like to be purposeful in my writing, um, and so that's something that those authors really do inspire me to become more purposeful in my writing and to only put things that are necessary. And actually, I talked about that in class today. We talked about imagery and surprise, I think it was, which is something that I need to improve very much in my writing because sometimes I put too much in. So those are my literary influences that I come to love and have really inspired me in the way that I write and the way that I construct a story and inspire different types of stories that I do. But who are your literary inspirations? Who do you like to read? Put it down in the comments below. I would love to see who you are. And actually, I kind of like to start maybe a discussion down in the comments below about why we think these authors inspire us, and maybe even do a little theorizing. I really didn't do too much theorizing like I did in my essay in here, but there's something we can do definitely in the comments below. So please comment down below. And so anyways, thank you so much for watching. I do appreciate you watching. Please leave comments below. I want to get a discussion going about like authors because I really am interested in learning about more authors and who else to read. There's this one author, Angela Carter, I think her name is, and she wrote a story called The Bloody Chamber, which, as a writing, maybe I'll share this idea with y'all. It's kind of a strange idea that we did as a free write today in class about Snow White and silkworms. I know that sounds weird. And then they said that kind of sounds like Angela Carter's The Bloody Chamber, which I want to read now. So please comment stories, people that inspired you, because I would really love to read them, and because I will read them. I love reading. So anyways, blabbering on too long. This is going to be like a half-hour video, it seems. So thank you so much for watching. Please like, subscribe, share, comment, all those sort of things. I love you guys, and thank you so much for watching. Badger out. Bye. No, hello, hello. Okay. Shiny face, shiny face, shiny face.
Oh, oh, come here. I was going to show you something.
Okay. I tried playing Vanish. Oh, there we go. Yeah, went dark. They're being really loud. To me, they're really loud. I don't know if y'all can hear it.